Hello, my fellow Americans. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Wednesday, December 12th, the year 2012. Happy 12-12-12. That only happens, what, once a century? Historical day, right? Anyway, unions. Take a little lunch break here. Enjoying my dessert. Unions. Well, it looks like Michigan's become a right-to-work state. And of course, the president, Obama, was out there telling people, yeah, now you got the right to work for less pay. But see, there's a certain inconvenient fact that President Obama left out. When you look at the top 10 states when it comes to wages, worker wages, 7 out of the 10 are right-to-work states. But see, that's one of those inconvenient truths that either he, one, is ignorant of, and if that's the case, then how in the heck did he get to be president? Or two, he's just out and out lying by omission, by omitting that fact. See, there's something called propaganda, and that's what he's engaging in. The question is, why? Wouldn't he want to do what's best for the people? Of course not. He wants to do what's best for himself, best for his agenda, best for his plan. And see, that's the problem with unions. I'm all for unions when they do things like, you know, worker safety, equal pay for equal work, you know, make sure you get fair pay, not any worker abuse. When workers organize for things like that, that's okay. But once they get that, then it's time just disband the union. But you see, we got these unions who are just another word. That's just another word for gang. And what these union bosses do is, you know, they pretty much run the union as they see fit, and they become a gang. And now, you even saw on the TV, on YouTube, it's been all over, Facebook, where this one guy punched another guy. This is the 21st century. This is the way people are acting, union people. This is how they want to be represented to the world. You don't go with us, we're going to beat you up. Doesn't that sound like one group imposing their will upon another? But you see, the problem, the unions ran up against another gang called the government. And there's a little problem there. And we, the people, we're just pushed off to the side. But I guess in that case, we may have won a small victory. Now people have the right to work. Which, when you think about it, how did the unions get all that power in the first place? Through force, coercion. Go back in the olden days when you see people trying to cross a union picket line. Those guys got beat up with baseball bats and shovels, and it was ugly, and it still is. We've learned so much as a people, haven't we? It's just crazy. How did we get here? I mean, it's just literally crazy. But it goes to show what your fellow man will resort to if he believes in something strong enough. And this is just the right to work. You know, maybe if Americans believed in freedom and liberty with that same passion, maybe we wouldn't have the government that we have today, where people would go out there and actually start fighting for liberty and freedom. I mean, Think about that just for a few minutes. What if? What if they put that kind of pressure on their elected officials, where they would have to face angry mobs with baseball bats? Well, of course, that wouldn't happen because the government, they have their own police force that are very well equipped, thanks to we the people. So it probably really wouldn't be much of a fight. It'd probably be a slaughter. But that's what we need. We need that kind of passion when it comes to freedom and liberty. But it just goes to show this is what's going to keep us divided. These kind of issues. Because the right to work is liberty. It is freedom. Not having to pay money to a union. Forced to be part of that union. Not to mention some of the things that go on where if you want to work in that union and you got to pay that local section boss or whatever part of your pay to keep your job, or otherwise your number doesn't get called. Stuff like that still goes on. So that's part of the problem with groups. Is that if you get undesirable leadership, you get undesirable outcomes. Something to think about, my fellow Americans. I guess we won a small victory. But there's a lot more on the horizon coming up soon. And in the meantime, my fellow Americans, you need to wake up and smell the tyranny.